God bless. G'day.
Go! Ja! Ka! Quick! Quick! Whoa!
That's the way it's flood. God be with you, my friend. Good to see you, friend. So, God bless. Your father's still alive, isn't he?
Aye, but he drools all over himself, and he gets this feeling that his time's nearly up.
I'm always glad to see polite people like you. God be with you.
God be with you. How's the watch going?
Not bad. So far.
Hey, stranger! What are you doing here?
You're a Christian of Pisek?
I am. What do you need?
Kunzlin
I
Ruthhog.
see. But I'm afraid I don't have good news for Sir Kunzling. I haven't made much progress regarding the matter we discussed. I just don't have the time to investigate. I'm always needed somewhere, and there's always someone following.
Well, that's why I'm here.
Excellent. You'd be... What's your name?
Henry.
All right. Listen up, Henry. Nobody can know I'm looking into it. It's a very dangerous... But hopefully, I don't need to tell you...
Lord Ruthhog mentioned something of the...
Excellent. Excellent. You don't happen to come from a family of miners or smelters, do you?
My father was a blacksmith.
It's a fine craft. But it won't teach you much about silver mine. I'll be happy to tell you everything you need to know. Now, we need to talk somewhere in private.
Where should I start looking?
Straight to the point. I like that. We know for a fact the silver must be getting lost somewhere on its way to the mint. That means it would be best to discreetly inspect all operations and find out where the problem is. First of all, you should ask miners from every shift how many corves they mine in a day. After that, we'll compare the numbers to the mine record books and see.
But the yields aren't the same every day, right?
True. That's why we have to focus on one particular day. For example, the other day, on the Feast of St. Petronilla, Foreman Fett was beaming and bragging to me about how much it helped. I mean, mined out.
Won't they be suspicious?
Of course. You'll have to proceed with the... Nevertheless, the miners are a strange bunch. They might not... And they have an odd way of speaking. Like, calling each other Sonny, however old they are. Or... But you should pretend to be really interested in them, and maybe they'll open up to you. You could be a scholar writing a treatise on silver mining. Or perhaps a nobleman interested in buying a mine. Or just say I'm your distant uncle who's initiating you into the ins and outs of my job. It's up to you.
Pretending to be your nephew.
Suit yourself. Just don't change your stories, but to the point. Each day, 3 shifts work in the shaft. Each has its foreman, or gaffer. The first shift is led by Frank, the second by Paul, and the third by Samko. You'll have to ask. Samko's hewers should be off work now. You'll find the other 2 shifts in the mine. Take this, so the guards will let you in. It's a letter of safe conduct bearing my...
And what are you going to do?
I'll return to the estate to do my job. What else? Once you find out how many... And don't forget, don't draw attention.
By the way, I've had the honor of meeting...
Well, well.
He was a great help to us at Sukhdol.
Even though we had some disagreements, if it weren't for him, I'd never have been able to do what...
Who owns...
All the silver in the kingdom of Bohemia belongs to the king, whether it's above ground or still below, though I'm sure you understand. So he leases out. There's a lot of money in it. That's the royal tithe.
What is this?
It's the whole process, from digging the silver ore out of the ground. Silver is the chief form. The raw ore goes... Roasted ore goes to the furnaces, where it's smelted into raw and then pure.
Can any silver...
It can. Most often, nevertheless, so if someone...
Who checks
The royal mint mark, that is what it's in there.
Who makes...
The thing is, pitmen get the smelters, the silver...
Who owns...
The king, all sorts of... In fact,
Who's
the
responsible?
mines as the steward, then come the... We follow the...
How much... I thought all mine...
That's right. They bear the... The king receives...
What about the other...
Those go to... They have their own owners. They buy ore from us and smelt it, and then they deduct the royal tithe, and they can sell the... And not just silver. Processing the ore yields a variety of other materials that can...
What happens in...
Each smelting shop has a stamp mill, a roasting pit. The stamp mill is used to crush the ore into smaller pieces to make it easier to process. After that, the crushed ore is roasted in a roasting pit to remove most of the... Finally, everything is smelted in a furnace to separate...
So it's processed...
Yes, but in steelmaking, you don't have to weigh and record every...
How are groschen...
The royal share from the smelting works, then, in the...
How many mints are there in total?
Only the main one is left, the one in the Italian court. There used to be more of them throughout the kingdom. But King Wenceslas II united... It was he who contributed the most to the rise of the Prague groschen. And of course...
Good day.
Greetings.
Are you Foreman Samco?
Aye, I am. Who's asking?
My name is Henry. Steward Christian sent me to you. I'm his nephew. He wants me to learn about his work.
Why should I care? Didn't you see we're off graft?
Sir Christian told me to ask about anything that interests me, and that you'll tell me.
Ah, Sonny, I'm so tired. I haven't even got the strength for gabbing. I wouldn't mind having a game of dice, but minus rules. Then I'll tell you everything. What'd you say?
All right.
See? Kidder. There's a first time for everything.
Jesus Christ be praised. And with you. I don't see what you find so complicated. I just pick them up. God be with you. Good day. We'll see whose side luck is on today. God be with you, my friend. It'd be worse if you
Good
already
day.
had 3 ones. What? Oh, come on. Kurwa! Bloody dice.
Oh no, not good.
Jesus Christ be praised.
Oh, g'day.
Fuck that!
Great game, sonny.
Now will you tell me what I want?
Aye, ask away.
How do you...
Either we're on hard rock, and then no one's hewing shit. Only then there's not much silver in the ore. And
What is the work of...
aye, that's a good question, Mara. Mostly about Alkin. But proper rest is even more important than graft. You're as weak as a...
So how do you rest?
Depends. Some have a kip.
How many cores did you mine?
I can tell you exactly. All the yakkers were working, and we managed to hulk 34 corves without skimping on hame time.
How much do you make?
Don't even get me started. The chink's bad, and it's getting...
That's all I need to know.
If you need out else, feel free to drop by.
Good day to you. Give my greetings to Christian. And don't forget a torch.
Foreman Frank?
What you looking for, sonny? Can't you see we're hewing?
Sir Christian of Peacex sent me. I'm his nephew, Henry.
He's grooming a successor, eh? But you can't just amble around. You'll count your
I just have a few questions.
The more we gab, the less we gab. But make it snappy, man. What do you want to know?
What is the work?
What's it about? Bugger off. We gans through the roads, Bella. Hewing off from rock in the dark and breathing in the stithe.
How much?
I'll tell you, man. Them deputies up at bank make a howfin' pile of chink. But us,
Can you give me a more...
sometimes, not even half a grosh and a cough. That's near wi-
How exactly...
Bloody hell. Have you never seen a yakker graft, did ya? You take a kevel and ding away at the rock till it crumbles. And don't croak from the stithe, then you'll keel over from exhaustion. Or get scrushed by...
How do you get the...
Same way it's hewed. In the dart and in coves. On top, once you get out by with the cough, you get a tally. And you...
I wonder...
That depends on how much ore you howk out of this or that face.
How much did you mine, say, on...
Listen, kidder. Aren't you a bit too cute? Sir Christian himself can tell you how much he's got written down in the mine book.
Uncle Christian doesn't have time for... I just want to know what it's like doing your graft here. How much work you need to do to...
Aye, kidder. Us yakkers have a tough life. It was a good gar on the feast of St. Petronilla. Our yakkers hewed 30...
Thanks.
Nah, thank ye. Now leave us to hew, Mara. We've got... I wish you a blessed evening.
Lord be with you. Want your health?
I'm sorry. Hey, Didi! Fuck! I'll kill you!
Help! I need attack!
What now, fucker?
Please, leave me be. I'll give you everything I have.
Shut up, bitch! Yes, Wade!
Of course. Take it. That's all I have.
You're mine!
Good people, gather round. You won't believe this. The whole village.
Quick!
Come and take a look.
Quick! Ka! Quick! Quick! Ka! Ka!
quick. Go. 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 Quick. Quick. Ka. Ka. Go.
Greetings. I'll have a look.
Greetings to you.
What can I do for you?
Do you sell horses here?
Aye, that's me. Sell, and I also clean hooves. Pick a horse and bring me the coin.
Did you say you also exchange horses?
As long as it's not some nag. And who knows? If you've got an expensive horse, I hope you've had a good... Well,
Of course.
so, which one do you want?
I've changed my mind.
What would you like?
I'd like my horse bathed.
As you wish, but it will take some time.
I'll pay. Here are your groschen.
Thank you very much. Now then, where is this beauty? All finished.
Greetings
Those
to you.
hooves gave me a hard time. Tell me then, what did he give you for it?
Sure, I tell you, and you dob me in.
Are you crazy? Why would I dob you in?
Look, just drop it, will you? Gossiping about it won't do anyone any good.
You think I'll blurt it out to the first person I meet?
No, I just want to be sure nobody finds out. You never know.
God be with you. See you later.
May God protect you.
God be with you.
Greetings to you, friend. What will it be?
I'll have a look at the
Thank you, and take care. How can I help you to...
What do you have?
I hope you'll be satisfied, my friend.
I'll have a look at the web.
Oh well, what can you do? Farewell then.
Greetings.
Good man. Hold on.
Everything all right?
Do you have a moment?
What's going on?
Do you have any coin to spare?
I can spare you a lot more than I normally.
Thank you so much.
Tell me, what happened to you?
Allow me to disabuse you of your misconceptions. I simply find myself in a bind.
So, you're...
But I'm not a beggar.
Why you fancy an ale? The amount you're looking for, it sounds like you plan on downing a...
That wouldn't go amiss, but really, I need the coin so I can...
That's quite a way.
I've always found it to be a day...
But I don't see any...
I don't have one. That is true. I'll join...
Begging, and he needs money to get to Vlashin. Oh, I've come across a fair few beggars before.
Must be a coincidence?
Look, you can tell...
I can't.
I'm not going to do you any harm. If you're some sort of thief, so do I look like a catchpole hunting down... That's the last... If you tell me what's going on, maybe I can be of help.
My name is Odolin von Wottitz. My father is Albert von Wottitz.
So you're a nobleman?
That I am.
What really?
I escaped from prison.
Why were you...
I was a hostage. My father fell out with a couple of noblemen from the... This rankled them, so they ambushed me. Then everything... If your son's life, he had no choice. These are tough times.
How long?
A year? Yes.
How did you...
Well, I gradually figured out who... One of the guards used to come into my chamber and...
You had a chamber?
No. You don't keep a nobleman detained like a murderer.
All right.
Well, I steadily... Once he was convinced I wasn't going to escape, he stopped being so attentive, and I managed to pinch his key. Then...
Sounds like you got...
Lucky or not,
What are you going to do?
My priority is to get back home to my family and discuss... And I need to move fast.
Farewell. I hope you make it home safely.
Thanks.
Lord be with you.
God be with you. Keep the peace, and we'll stay friends.
Greetings, Master Guard.
Are you Foreman Paul?
Hey! You walk... Hold on. I don't know ye.
My name's Henry. I'm his nephew. He wanted me to learn about his jobs. Are you praying?
The day before the feast of St. Petronilla, a kidder was... We dinged the burg, set it ablaze, all good. He took him. It all came crashing down on him.
That's awful.
He weren't just me marrow. He were my blood. I raised him from it. He kept begging me to take him on a shift, saying he was strong as a horse. And now, how can he?
Come on.
I suppose you... Will you pray with me for his soul?
Aye.
You're a cat. Almighty and merciful God, our Father, you are the giver of gold, silver, bronze, copper,
Almighty
tin,
and merciful
iron,
God,
and
our
all
Father,
ores and metals.
you are the giver
I
of
ask that you
gold,
bless my
silver,
brother who has died in this mine.
copper,
And may your
tin,
holy angels
iron,
save his soul from
and all
damnation.
ores and metals.
Bring his soul to
I ask that you
eternal
bless
glory
my
through
brother
our Lord,
who has died in
our
his
Saviour and
body.
Redeemer, Jesus
May your
Christ.
holy angels save his
Amen.
soul from
Holy
damnation.
God,
Bring his
Holy
soul
Mighty
to
One,
eternal glory
Holy Immortal
through our
One,
Lord,
have mercy
our
on us.
Saviour and
O
Redeemer,
Angel of Christ,
Jesus Christ.
Holy Guardian and Protector of my
Amen.
soul and body, forgive me every transgression which I have committed this day, and deliver me from every craft of my enemy and adversary. May I...
So, are you...
Aye. Thanks for praying with me. What a proper graft.
So...
But even so...
That's all I need.
If you say so, Matt.
I'm always glad to see polite people like you. Excuse me.
Grüß dich. Was wünsch...
You're the local...
Naja,
My name is Henry. He's my uncle.
dein Onkel, the Horsham, I am Herr...
Hasn't...
My every day, depending...
Do you buy...
I do. You can only get pure silver.
How do you...
It takes skill and experience. I go, then I...
And the pro...
Nein, nein. The price of the corpse is determined the import...
How many...
When you into hard rock, the yield is...
How many...
Sancta Petronilla. Entschuldigung. I do not remember.
I already know it was 100 altogether.
I see. Meanwhile, I looked in the mine book. How many...
I'd guess it's less.
Then you'd be correct. The book lists 90 corves extracted. That means 10 corves of ore disappear, but nobody could just come along and take them. We keep... The unreported corves must be going out to smelting works with the rest of the ore. That means...
What does it mean?
that this is fraud of colossal proportion, and that Foreman Fett and Herman the ore merchant are in it up to their ears.
What are we going to do about it?
Well, we need to make them tell us more, but carefully. Being involved in the theft of silver is a capital crime, so it should be in their own interest to cooperate. Make sure to promise them no one will know about their crime. You can mention my name. When you've talked to them, come back to me and we'll figure out what to do next.
We need to talk.
Was ist denn los?
Sir Christian sent me.
Discrepant.
How do you explain that the miner has extracted 100 corves of ore?
If it says 90, there must have been 90.
In that case...
Or someone just cannot count. Why are you Foreman Fett counts the corves here? Go...
Don't tell me you don't count them too. You wouldn't pay for...
Do you have any idea how much ore passes through my hands? How am I supposed to remember? Besides, miners can lie and say they extracted more than they did.
All 3 crews agreed to report more. I seriously doubt that. Look, me and Sir Christian agreed to settle the matter quietly.
I am innocent. It was Fett's idea. He came to me saying we were going to deliver more corves to the smelters than it was going well. I have always paid for what we put in the book. On the feast of St. Petronilla, I was afraid they would be able to tell the difference. Nobody at the smelting works cared at all.
How long has this been?
Several months, maybe half a year.
Is Ulrich Vavak behind?
The mint master? I have no idea.
Sir Christian and I agreed to investigate, so just act like nothing's going on. We don't want to scare off the people who are actually responsible.
Ja.
Good to see you.
They just
Say that so we don't fuck off. But they're shitting it. I'm telling you, man. As long as Sigismund's
I'm
here,
sorry?
they ain't gonna do any probing. Never.
A word.
Who are you? And what do you want?
I'm Henry. But that's not important. Sir Christian sent me. I need...
Don't tell me one of the yakkers shat all over the out.
I'm afraid it's a little worse than that.
Let Sir Christian handle it then. They're his books.
But you're the one
Your point being...
I learned that the miners extracted no less than 100 corves on the Feast of Seven, but the mine book says 90.
Do you think the yakkers know how to count? They're blockheads. And they like to show off. I'm sure they just exaggerated. Anyway, what's it to you? Did the steward send you to snoop around? Don't you know? I work for Vavek, the mint master himself. I'm under his protection.
Aye, there's no point in denying it. Herman told me everything.
Bloody snitch.
He had no choice. I can guarantee that.
Kevlar. As soon as I was made head gaffer, Amara, who works at the smelt, he said someone wanted to talk to me. So I met this fella in the tavern in Grund, and he told me how it all works. He told me the trick was not to report some of the extracted ore and transport it. See, he made it very clear there was nothing I could do.
How long is...
For some time now, definitely.
Where can I find him?
You can't ask Kircher any questions. They say he was drunk.
Who was that fella?
He never told me his name. Even when I asked, I don't scare easy. But this bloke was terrifying.
Who paid?
I get the extra chink from the smelting works. It's enough for the...
Do you think...
I don't know. I've got naught bad to say about Vavak. He treats me... He says if Christian gives us hassle, he'd sooner replace him than me. He really said that.
All right. Just carry on as if nothing's happened. Christian won't give you...
Clear as a bell, man.
That's what I'm talking about, damn it.
I talked to Fan. They did. I mean, I made them.
Did you tell them to keep quiet and act as if...
I did.
Let's see what we've got so far. Those 10 unreported corves leave for the smelting works from here. If still, you'll have to go and look around and talk to the owner, Buresh. I reckon...
How so?
Buresh is a very cautious and clever man. I reckon he won't be happy to have but he's the only one who can give you permission to walk round the smelting works without...
Something like your letter of safe conduct?
Like I said, it won't... Nevertheless, I found a way you could get... You'll pretend to be a nobleman interested in buying some smelting works, who'd like to get
a nobleman this time, then?
But be careful. Buresh won't be as easily fooled as the simple pitman. You'll have to dress like a real nobleman. That means no plate armor, or, God forbid, bloody... But listen, don't carry a weapon. Buresh has a morbid fear of someone threatening him. That's why he has a bodyguard with. You must come to him dressed to the nines and act... In short, be charismatic. As charismatic...
What should I wear?
Like I said, some decent clothes. If you don't have... If you're charismatic, and make sure you...
What else should I...
In the smelting work, then they give...
What should I know?
He's the sly... He started... Now he's doing better and better.
I got it.
Here, I reckon he won't be thrilled. But he won't turn you down. Ask him discreetly, in passing, how many corves he took. If my guess is correct, you could get something out of the... When you're in the smelting works, keep... Good luck, Henry.
Jesus Christ be praised.
You must be the local...
That's right. They call me, at least them that can speak do. Greetings, Henry.
I hear there was a murder here recently.
True. She's lying in the morgue.
Another?
What? People ain't got no respect. As soon as news spread about what was done to her, folk are always turning. So if you ain't one of them gawkers, you must be one of them other types. Well, no, you can't shave her. No thumb for a souvenir.
I don't want to take anything. I need to find some...
Like what exactly?
Who killed her?
Why?
I'm worried something...
That's true. She wasn't the first, and we can only pray that she... It's true that Lumiere ain't shown no interest in her yet.
Who's this Lumiere? Another one of the...
No. He
Help? How?
Well, he was...
Right. You said she wasn't the first.
Aye. We had a couple of similar cases. Lumiere said they was all killed by the same murder.
And who is this Lumiere?
He used to work for the local bailiff. I think he knew the first one what was killed.
Do you remember how...
You mean you don't know nothing about it? Here, even the sparrows are
I haven't been in Cun.
I see. There's been one every few weeks for the past year.
Do you know where the last one...
I heard some talk about it when they brought her here.
Look for clues. Footprints, blood...
That can help you.
That's worth a try.
I heard she was killed by the town walls, close to the hole in the wall.
Thanks. What's this Lumiere got to do with this?
Well, like I told you, he used to work for the bailiff.
A scribe keeps records in the Black Chronicle. Though I've never heard of one doing his own investigations.
Well, the old bailiff wasn't all that interested in the common folk. But Lumiere, he was quite helpful. Folk heard about it and went to him with whatever was troubling them.
I'd like to speak with Lumiere. Do you know where I can find him?
At his home in Bohemia Street. That's near the church. You won't find him at the bailiff's no more. I don't know exactly why, though.
Thanks.
It's my pleasure. Actually, wait a mo. Speaking of the living, there's a girl what comes here and grieves over that dead mate. I think her name is Barbara.
And
She said she serves in one of the burgers' houses. So either there or in the morgue with that poor dead girl.
Thanks again, Master Gravedigger.
Good night, and God be with you.
What's that noise?
So, let's see what we have here. My God! Someone really did a number on her. Ugh! They ripped open her entire belly. And they didn't stop there. There must have been buckets of blood. Anyway. Her lips are bloody, but if he killed her for blabbing, I reckon he'd have cut out her tongue or something. These are more like chops than cuts. Somebody must have taken a sword to her, but it couldn't have been a long sword. That would have been clumsy. It was something shorter and nimbler. God, that madman cut off both her breasts and bits of flesh. But what did he do with it all afterwards? Did he really kill? Her face is a little bruised and cut, but nobody cut her there. But she has a dark ring around her neck. Was she strangled? And her hair is all matted with blood and hacked off. I don't even know what colour. The murderer must have wanted her to suffer, so he... Just some scratches and bruises. The killer probably surprised her. So, the murderer must have awfully strong hands, because he straddled and he took a short sword or saber and started hacking at her. She's missing parts of her torso. He also cut off most of her hair. Somebody mutilated her and left her lying there as a probably for someone who knows they're doing something wrong.
Greetings. No. Oh.
Good day.
God bless.
Are you Barbara?
Alice. She was almost like a... Why'd you ask? Who are...
I'm trying to find out who did this to her. I'm afraid the killer.
Oh, I understand.
Who did you...
Our master is a local merchant.
Do you know of any...
I know she was seeing someone,
I'd like to talk to him as well.
but I don't know who it was. Alice said he was rich and dressed nicely, but she...
And you never saw him?
No, never. I don't...
How did Alice get along?
Fine. Just like with our master is a bit strict.
What's his name?
Why? But you can't see him anyway. He's on a...
It occurred to me that maybe he could have done it.
No, he couldn't. He was gone when it happened. He hadn't been home in several... And besides, why would he kill them others?
I heard about that. And also...
Well, if you're interested, maybe you'll catch him sober enough to talk sense.
Do you know what exactly happened to Alex?
No, one day she just didn't come home.
It's awful what they did to her.
She was such a pretty girl. And it didn't even... Who could have cut off her hair like that?
So, I'll leave you.
Oh, not this again.
Trust you, man.
God bless you. Pictures, fine pictures.
From sin. Satan is going round us in the Orient clear.
God bless.
Good day, just got held up on the lake.
He always comes on time. He knows I have customers waiting.
What'll we...
What would you like, friend?
This could...
You have enough onions for the soup?
Yeah.
Show me your wares.
thank you, and take care.
Oh, Christ. Pardon me.
I tell you, you dob me in. Crazy? Why would I dob you in?
Look, just drop it, will you? Gossiping about it won't do anyone any good.
You think I'll blurt it out to the first person I meet?
No, I just want to be sure nobody finds out. You never know.
You won't believe this. A whole village burnt to the ground. Hell on earth. Just a few days' walk from here. You have to hear this. In silver scallots, they say. Without warning. Attacked by humans. Learn your shopping. You're in clear.
Are you going to do laundry today?
What's that?
What's that noise?
Come on now.
All right. What was that? Must be over now.
Getting quite tired.
God bless.
Here we are. Good. Greetings. Christ, pardon me.
I could use some sleep. Getting quite tired. Getting quite tired.
Good to see you. Gotta be careful.
Getting quite tired. I feel like laying down. Getting quite tired. I could use some sleep.
God grant you health.
I'm exhausted.
Wait! You won't come here, mate.
I was just fooled. I certainly wouldn't, after all.
Well, that's true. We'll let it go this. Thank the Lord. Nothing's missing.
had 2 collections just like it.
What are you here for today?
What do you have for set?
Thanks, and have... Nice day, friend.
I'll be with you.
Lord be with you.
I did what you asked.
Great! So you robbed...
The chest is empty.
And you left the cabin?
No.
Oh, never mind. What about the beggars?
Not fed as many people.
You're a hero. Now, that wasn't so. And that... We may not be any rich.
You know what? I'm beginning to understand.
See? And now, just before I tell you, I'm sure there are a few signs. And Goliath could teach you how to throw. He's the best bro...
You said you have some more work for me.
Well, you might have noticed...
What symbol?
Kind of little markings you'd easily miss if you don't...
What are they for?
Before we was here, before the guild, even before, they didn't have a name, and they wasn't aiming at a great... They was mostly thieves.
And they used these symbols?
They thought...
And what were they...
It was a way of marking houses.
More idea?
Being able to... We tracked down one of the old gang reefs. He was a bit of a know-it-all. I sent Hogg to find out the meaning of the symbol.
Where can I...
I'm glad you're up for it. Care, friend.
I'm sorry. I wasn't paying attention.
Hey, Henry, come over here.
I don't have the...
What?
I've searched all over.
All right. What can be... I'll let the buyer know he's out of luck. Take care, sir.
My God.
Chenyak one.
What does he want this time? That idiot. Let me guess.
I'm supposed to.
And what do you think of?
I think so.
I guarantee you Sigismund don't give a fuck about no scribbles on houses. This is just a...
You think so?
Look here, friend. If you find out something about them symbols, tell me. And I mean only me. They ain't just any old symbols.
I'll have to think.
Don't wear your brain out. When you find...
What can you...
I'm not... Let me spare you the whisk
So...
to survive, I bet.
So you're not...
That's right, at least.
Tell me more.
What can I tell you? I was born on a dug with the guild. Even the likes of...
Don't you have any...
Listen, pal, believe me. Farewell, sir. I'm sorry.
How can I help?
What's new in...
Nothing much.
I need to play...
But of course, and for...
I need to stay...
Of course, sir.
Greetings, sir. What would you like?
Chenya.
Sure. You did a pretty good job. So, I think...
So, do you have...
You know the rules. If I tell you about it...
I know how...
Good. But there's a catch. It's not dangerous, it's just... You see, a certain mine owner recently kicked the bucket. And we need to... That Hanneman rot may have been a cunt, but he sure was rich. So, by law, the church, the city, and that Hungarian...
What do you want me to do?
Fortunately, Rot was vain enough to be buried in a tomb with his rings.
Ah, I understand.
Most astute corpses can...
Where is the...
Right, just look...
How do I...
That's you.
What is this...
Nothing special, just a...
Good.
So...
Tell me more about...
One couldn't get by without them in our profession. You can usually buy them cheap from an executioner. Fingers, hair, veins, teeth, and fingernails. They're all good if you want to...
Do you have one of those...
Naturally. Tried and true.
Fine.
By all means. Here it is.
What do you think...
If you want all I can... Suddenly, a depart...
Isn't that just an
Not as you can see most... That's what they call me and...
Tell me...
I'm doing what I've always done. But now...
Have you ever thought about finding more...
And let others rob me blind on my earth. Thanks.
I'll have a look at your...
I hate sweeping.
I talked to...
Let me guess. Whoa, that's knuckles for you. Nevertheless.
I don't have it.
All right.
Christ, so much to do. Good day. What would... It happens. Just watch where you're going next time.
Hail Mary.
Did you hear? That Dirk Stout is shagging.
This is the place. There's a lot of blood and some footprints. I'm not sure how much more I'll be up. Christ, I'll have to see what... I'm not sure I'll be able to find any... I can't, I'm surprised I haven't... It's hard to make out. So, there's still a lot of blood left. I found some faint blade marks. It didn't look to me like any remains were left lying around. No.
Do you feel like rolling a few tonight?
Good to see you.
Hi-yo.
What do you want?
I hear you're having some...
Has word got round already?
What's going on?
The leeches have run out of ideas who to bleed dry, so they've come up with a new tax on...
What tax?
The clean tax. One bathhouse in Kuttenberg will be chosen that won't the official but they'll slap the clean tax on...
Do you reckon it be yours?
I'd have to be friends with the councillors for them, but do you know who has votes for sure?
Adam.
That's right, and when he gets special status, I'll be...
It almost sounds like that's no act.
You find it fishy as well.
Do you think he's behind it?
He couldn't do something like this on his own. Councillor Jerome, that man has half the council under his thumb. And Adam, the best girls, the best... And he's never had to pay a single grosh.
So Adam is buying him?
Exactly. And I bet he was extra coin. No, councillor.
Is there anything we can do?
I don't know. These last days I've been trying to persuade at least some councillors to vote for me. But without...
How many?
A few. But even the leeches are happy to take your coin and promise you the world. Only God knows.
Well, maybe he and Adam wouldn't be so...
That might... If he thought they couldn't care less about him, maybe...
Right. So what are we going...
I'd try ask. They're bound to know the councillors' likes and dislikes.
Right. I'll try...
Thanks very much. It's not long till the council...
Come and take your pick. New wares.
Good day to you. I'll be... What can I do for you?
Show me your...
I'm glad you found what you were looking for, sir.
God bless. I'm sorry.
Strong!
Careful.
Lumiere?
Oh, Christ, my head.
I need to ask you...
I said not so loud. I have a splitting head.
Headache. That's some hangover. He's useless to me like this. Unless I'm willing to wait for him to sleep it off, I'll have to get him some kind of cure. This should sober him up. Here. Drink. Better?
What? Who?
My name is Henry.
And what do you want from me?
I'm trying to...
To me? What for?
Are you Lumiere from the Rat House? The scribe?
I used to be. Now I'm just...
Well, you don't... Yeah.
But I am. I see things in my head that I'm the biggest madman in Gutenberg.
But I need your help.
If I were you, lad, I'd leave it be. You can't help that girl. You'll just end up hurting yourself.
Come now, Lumiere.
Poor girls. Nobody was up. We let it be in the end. We let a monster walk among us. No way. You can't...
I'm not doing...
A friend, eh? I searched high and low. And what did I get out of it? What makes you think you can find out...
Because I know people. In the end, they spill their gut.
Is that so?
Well, a moment ago you were moaning in pain, and now you're deliberating whether or not to tell me what...
All right. Who was this dead girl?
Her name was Alice.
A maid? That fits. Yalka was a maid, too. As well...
I think that he strangled her first, and then went at her with a longer...
Did you notice the strangulation right away? It took me a while. Maybe you...
Do you think it's the same murder?
Counting your girl, that makes 6 victims who were first strangled, and... If it's not all the same person, they must be...
This is the 6th one. How long has he been killing?
Probably about a year now. Sometimes it takes him months. Sometimes weeks. But I'm including missing girls.
Why are you counting the missing?
Because I think someone killed them, and we just haven't found them.
Did the dead girls have anything in common?
Aside from being pretty young girls with no proper family or background, no.
Do you think somebody is killing them because they're poor, and nobody will miss them?
Certainly. If somebody killed the daughter of a local lord, no stone would be left unturned.
But why does he even kill in the...
I don't know. Maybe he hates women. Damn it. I feel like I'm going in...
What can you...
She wasn't the first. But thanks to her, people started taking an interest. She was a maid in a German family. By all accounts, she was orphaned as a child. The priest from the Church of St. They found her body tossed behind a barn at the edge of town. She was cut all the way from her neck.
Did you have any suspects?
At first, I thought the son from that family did it. The murderer is you. But then I changed my mind.
Why?
Well, for one, I remembered the two girls before her. Besides that, when I talked to the lad, he seemed he wasn't... And his mother told me that they threw her out a week before the murder because she was a harlot who stayed out till all hours of the night. That really surprised me. Because Father Prokop had vouched for her good reputation. Maybe he just didn't want to admit what had become.
What about...
She was an alehouse wench in a tavern of ill repute called the Hole in the Wall.
You said her body was never found.
You have no idea how much I'd like to believe that. Only there was a lot... Unfortunately, the investigation wasn't very successful. The Hole...
Did you suspect any?
You could suspect every second man there. Those people... The innkeeper, Mole, definitely knew Stanya, since she worked for him. But he isn't all that chatty.
So if I want to learn anything more...
Yeah.
And what about...
Exactly. But to tell... Besides Alice, Zdena was the most recent victim. It's only been a few weeks since she went...
But if her body was never found...
Because she was the same type as the other girls. Young, beautiful. A real live one. I never could pin it on her, though. She always found some way to get out.
Maybe she robbed the wrong people and had to get out of town.
Maybe. She had a partner in crime by the name of Strunad. When I asked him about...
Do you think he'd be more forthcoming with...
He might be. You're not known all over town. Besides, it might still be fresh in his memory.
And what about the...
It all started with them, though nobody did much about it at the time. The first one worked. She'd only been in town for a short while, and nobody really knew her. But the other one, Libushka, she was from Loretz. She said she was really cheerful and outgoing. There were lots of suitors circling around her. She knew she was pretty, and...
You mean she wanted someone higher up?
That's what it sounded like. But her mother never found out who she...
Interesting. I'll try to see...
In the graveyard, lad. It's sad to say, there's nobody else left who could tell it.
Why were you looking...
I don't know what people told you about me, but for Gutenberg is a big city with a lot of people. Silver. The bailiff was up...
But there are more than...
Exactly. There are... So when one of...
Behind the bailiff?
Not really.
What happened?
I don't want to talk about it.
Did you have...
You can always find some... I always dragged the most suspicious ones to the body in the morgue by force. And they threw up at the...
Couldn't it have just been...
Fainting? Vomiting?
Can you sum it up?
We have 6 victims here. And unfortunately, we only know a little about the last 4. Of the remaining 4, the first to be killed was the maidservant, Yarka. She was raised by Father Prokop from the Church of St. Peter and Paul. The next were Stanya and Zdena. Their bodies, they both hung around a tavern they're called, and the last victim is Alice now. What they all have in common is that they were young, beautiful, and brunette.
Good.
When you learn something more, you've aroused a bit of hope in me, lad.
bless you.
I just want to be sure
Careful.
nobody finds out. I apologize.
Good day to you. What do you want from...
Father,
I don't have time for theological...
that's not why I'm here. My name's Henry, and I want someone killed and gutted a young maidservant and left her body lying by the city walls.
Another one murdered. May the Lord grant her. Why is it you ask?
Somebody...
Yes, but those poor...
I don't want revenge. I want to stop more killing. That's a better...
True enough. What do you...
One of the other victims was a girl named Yarka. What can you
about Yarka?
Who do you think...
William, that pig of Satan. He gambled Yarka.
Why do you think it was William?
Evidence? He's a skirt chaser. A tool of Satan.
And does anyone...
No.
Why don't you respect Lumir?
That's... I won't...
Come now, I'm not just asking out of curiosity. Isn't it written in scripture? Speak...
A layman, quote Lumir, accused me of her.
What?
Yes.
And...
It turned out he was deranged. He's finished in good...
Where did you know Yarka from?
I knew her since she was...
And?
I was.
You raised her?
Yes. Unfortunately, I'm not the first of the clergy to have a child on the side.
No offense.
I was a bit, son. When she was small, maybe...
Why?
Yarko was an orphan. Her only chance of a good life. But the more I led her...
You're well off, though.
I couldn't. Even if she had been my very own. More...
How come?
The church's property. Always...
How...
When she was small,
How did she...
She wouldn't listen. She ran away.
I've heard enough, Father.
Son?
Excuse me?
Greetings to you. Praise the Lord.
The big city. There is no place like it.
Jesus Christ be praised.
Good day. What do you need?
Are you in?
Johann Parler is my name, from the Parler Building Works.
Truly pleased to meet you, sir. So,
Close, but not quite. I need...
more delicate, you
Oh, there's nothing to fear, if we are careful. You've never heard of my father, Peter?
I can't say as I...
He had a divine gift, but he didn't get the chance to see that task fell up.
Well, that's very nice and all, but I don't have all day here.
Construction work is going slower than I'd hoped. Nevertheless, therefore, I'd like to conceal a protective talisman among the roof beams of the cathedral.
Why is that a problem?
Talismans don't grow on trees. I know of 3 here in town, but they're not for sale.
I think I'm beginning to understand.
The first is the horseshoe hanging above the door of the tailors at the horse mart. They say he once got lost in a snowstorm.
That seems a bit
Don't speak, just listen. The next talisman is a commemorative coin, and the third is a nail somewhere in the beams of the potter's house in the Czech Quarter. I want you to get all 3. Smelt them down, and forge an axe out of them that I can use to protect, putting a carpenter's axe in the truss work.
And no one will know it's made out of a horseshoe and a coin. All right,
It'll be more than good. Have no fear. Till we meet again.
I apologize.
Misunderstanding? Bollocks, a misunderstanding. You made a fool.
God bless you.
2 pots, I've got lots. Have a bowl as well. Let it be known that I'm you. One off.
It's hard to find an honest trader.
You've got enough to go around. Anything you need.
Blessings to you.
A fine...
God bless.
Pissing down